Hubat Yasar. Is that too loud? Welcome to another evening of Outformation and updates at Paparar number 1, number 1, Brooklyn, New York. It's always good to be well fed by the master teacher, Baba Yananan, Master of Heaven and Earth. There will be an update just after I read the readings this evening, so let's get right into it. The way. 1. By way of the skies and the way through them to Gatut. 2. And can you tell us what is the exact way through the stars? 3. Yes, it is Khafre who pushes the morning star of piercing brightness, Atum Ray, from Anun Ray to become Rehar Achetui. 4. You all must know that you are protected by Panatharu, the Watchers. 5. For all of you were bred by Panatharu. 6. All are created out of Nuntet, gushing out. 7. Proceeding from Pamen of Atum and the help of the warmth of his hand. 8. By such a symbolic action was Ptah able to recreate and refill Taha, earth. Number 9. These are the final days when all secrets will be made clear and all lies covered over by facts of Wu-Nuwaup. 10. Then and only then will the true Nuwaupians, descendants of the original Ptahites of Tamaray, know their real power. 11. By the Hinu, which will appear in the sky and be covered by the great clouds of beams of light. 12. And Pataha will split into parts, and mountains will fall. People run to and fro, and fire come down from Binu. 13. Let me tell you, this is real and will come to pass, but first you must see blood on all shores, wars, hate, killings, rapes, diseases, drunkenness, loss of laws, or reason to wish to live. 14. These words are separate from the lies you have been told. The falsehoods have eaten in your hearts. You have lost your way, the way of the sky. 15. Let me warn you, this is very real and is no amusement or lie. 16. While the cursed diseased seed of Hekachasut have become lost and crazed, and they are plotting their plots, but will all burn in the fires from the skies. 17. Because Ray, as Atum, Atun, Amun, from Anun, uses his powers as Hu, Hika, Sia, with the very best plan for the end times. 18. And he has watched them from their very birth 6,000 years ago until now, with their evil, selfish ways, their destructive nature, disrespect of all things in nature, disrespect all creation, and the very children of Panatharu, Ptahites, who have Pamachuzet in their veins of eternal life, to shine gold as the Rayay, green as the grass. 19. He has brought the best things, the sweet things, the beautiful things, the healthy things, the good things, and good people to act like him. For this, he must be removed forever. Burn to dust from where he came, and the winds blow him away. The confirmation. 1. The confirmation will happen whether you accept what I promise or not. It will come to pass. 2. Woe to the people on this planet when it begins, for in the year 2010 AD, then 2011 AD, the sun, Rayay, will spit at you, a great ball of fire, to be followed by much more. 3. Yet you don't trust my words. 4. And after that, much more, 2012, the 3 will line up, the Taha, earth, the sun, and the whole outer space. 5. When that happens, you will know. 6. The skin of the planet Taha, earth, will shift and move many things. 7, the pole of 23 degrees will change while you stand on the planet Taha Earth as it did 24,000 years ago. 8, from the summer sun to the winter sun, much will happen. 9, yet many of you don't trust my words. 10, yet you will see I am real. 11, ice will begin to melt much faster from the year 2000 AD onto 2003 AD. 12, the weather will change greatly in the earth from 2003. 13, much will happen, much death, much sufferings, much water in all its forms will happen. 14, water is mad for what you have done to it. 15, the weather, heat, hot, the fires will burn all over. 16, much land will be burnt up. Many animals will run from place to place. 17, leave the forest to come into towns, streets, roads, and homes. 18, the weather, floods, rain, snow, tornadoes, hurricanes. 19, mountains will fall, land will slide, volcanoes will erupt. 20, there will be earthquakes, homes will fall apart, buildings will collapse. 21, but you don't trust me. 22, death will be played as games. Life will mean nothing until it knocks on a person's own door. 23, people will run wild, act like beasts, kill, kill, kill. 24, wars like never before, for no real reason, man against beast man. 25, the killer will seek to kill all others. 26, drunkenness, drugs will be all around you. 27, the rich won't be able to hide. 28, religious people will look for their saviors in vain. 29, 2013 AD, then people will know they have been lied to, fooled, deceived by liars who only use them to hide their fears of others. 30, the days are upon us now and will not get better. 31, only those who are prepared will make it safe. 32, many will be left behind because they did not trust and thought they were not being seen in their actions. 33, but you don't trust me. One of the reasons I pulled this particular reading was because of just noticing how the weather's been changing and acting up lately. Like we literally just got through a cyclone yesterday. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Anybody else? Yes, come on, Ty.
Rahobat.
Rahobat.
Could you reread the title again, please?
The first one was called The Way, or The Way of the Skies. And the second one is called The Confirmation. This is Mugdal over in the corner. Rahobat, Mugdal.
Rahobat, Nysut. As the weather is changing up a lot these days, right? A lot of people tend to believe that is the instrument by the Hikakasud, the Mukasu, that is doing that, which is the
Right.
harp. Isn't it a confirmation that it's nature that is taking revenge on Mukasu?
Sure. In fact, the master teacher did recently say that the Sacred Nine are the ones that are actually responsible for utilizing and manipulating the weather to literally wage war against the Mukasu and against the evil ones. He said that they came to him and told him that the war against them is on. And if you look, actually, you can, I mean, there are a few videos circulating where you're literally starting to see wars taking place in the sky. You see lights in the sky, fire in the sky, so to speak. It's happening right around us. All you have to do is look. But yeah, he did confirm that the Sacred Nine, or what we know as the Nine Enneads, are literally using the weather to wage war against them. We'll go ahead and move on to the updates for this evening for March 3rd, 2018. Number one, 76% of DNA is not used in the coding of protein and enzymes. That means 24% is active at all times. They call the 76% junk DNA. This is mobile genetic elements, transposons, and retrotransposons, or called jumping DNA, which rewrites and activates or deactivates certain genetic codes. This jumping DNA makes up half of the total DNA nucleotides. Another part of the non-protein coding region of the 24,000 genome is made up of variable numbers, randomly repeating sequences. Those are called satellite DNA and interact with morphic field, each having specific resonances and can tune different outformation to information programs unique to each race and person. With each tuning into our own distinct and unique morphogenetic system, like music patterns, these jumping DNA and satellite DNA interact with the morphogenetic field, responding to alterations in our state of consciousness. Our own actual fact antenna DNA interacts with the vacuum etheric existence and our zero time reference. Vacuum, time, material. Transducting the zero time reference point of energy, which interacts with your consciousness and your genetic code in what is called the 76% of unused DNA, follows a system like grammar. In music, with rules like songs and speech. In music, it's used as a rest to tune out that yet still exists 76% and use 24%. It's intelligence and outintelligence at work. So humanoid speaking, as in language, is a form of music. You must be in tune with natural nature, and this is working with your DNA, your 24,000 genome of 76% to the 24%. You as Negroids are in tune with these workings by your sense of rhythm and rhyme. Even your unique tone with your voice from all other races. You, being natural nature itself, is the perfect being, supreme being. The four nucleotides, or A, T, G, and C, of DNA inherently form fractal structures like music notes, symbol and signs, which create speech patterns and even tones, voice. You're a musical instrument, which is why you pray, sing, and chant, and they affect the emotional you, and each race has their own. So also you should have your own language, music, voice. And each race does have unique voices and how they speak, as well as what they create as music, and how it affects the physical you, inside out and outside in, rhythm. So the actual fact is, Wu-Nuwaup, human language and how each speak, sing, and chant emerges from their musical, grammatical, and syntactical structures within each race's own DNA of the 76% portion. So, if the physical you is altered, as in the case of Enoshites mixing with Nephilims, the outcome was untuned and unnatural creature of Giborims, Genesis 6, 1 through 5. And it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and the daughters were born unto them, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. And the Lord said, my spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years. There were giants in the earth in those days, And also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them, the same became mighty men, which were of old, men of renown. And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And the curse of leopards on Canaanites, Genesis 9:25, has affected these unnatural natured offspring. When you alter your physical body, you untune your natural being inside. This affects your DNA. Simple things as bleaching your hair color and how unnatural nature reads you. You think of all the other ways you tamper with your natural nature that affects you: body, mind, spirit, soul, emotions, health. Or trying to imitate another race untunes you from your own natural state of being to your non-etheric being. Number 2, these are our tribe's sacred foods as Wu-Nuwaup, Yamam patat, sweet potato, zoham, squash, korah, gourd, the edible kind. Find all kinds of ways to prepare them. We always serve these at our New Year's or other gatherings and festivals. They are from Africa. And that is the end of the updates for this evening. Questions, comments, concerns, cuss words?
Yeah, just, I didn't hear, could you just name the 3 foods again?
Yamam patat, sweet potato, zaham, squash, korah, gourds. There's different types of gourds, only certain ones are edible, but the commentator right up front had a question. Somebody could pass it the mic. I'm sorry. I couldn't. Can you give her
The last food. Say it again and spell it, please.
which one, the last word?
Tua.
Oh, for gourd is a korah, Qorah, the hard H. Korah. Huh?
The English word as well.
The English word is gourd, Gourd. Yeah, they kind of look like squash, but I think they have like a harder outer shell. In Tibet, yes, no, maybe, I don't know, almost, kind of, sort of. Well then, okay, well, if there are no more questions, comments, or requests for rewees, I would like to thank everybody for coming out this shadow. We apologize for the late hour, and I do indeed hope that everybody travels safe on their way back home. Tawakun, Yusar.